Selamat malam guys, pagi, siang, sore, ya sekarang malam sih. Well, it's been a while I last record this novels things. Yeah, minggu ini sibuk coy. Next week will be more sibuk. So, today we're going to talk about continue Kumo Desu Ka Nani Ga chapter 4 S2 recognition. I guess S2 is mean kita bicara teman-teman yang bukan si spider. So, okay deh, recognition. In the kingdom of Vanillite, there's a boy named Schlein Jagan Adelaide. As his name suggested, he was a member of a royal family. How do I know that this is a royal family name? Interesting. Schlein, I'll call you later. If you have no, I'll call you them. Schlein Jagan Adelaide is too long. He was a child of a concubine. Royal family called concubine, my man. Of a king. And lived as a fourth prince. Enak ya. Concubine punya punya son bisa jadi prince. They live a very fun empire. But this boy possessed memories of previous life. In that life his name had been Shunsuke Yamada. Okay. I call you Shunsuke. I remember ada satu wrestler yang dulu gue suka banget, named Shinsuke as well. Karawar, keren banget. I'll be honest, the boy is me. The last memory of my first life was sitting in a classical Japanese class. Oka Sensei, Miss Oka. At that time I noticed, ini yang Shinsuke yang chapter 2 ya. I noticed a crack in the air above the costume, and there was everything went black. Life in space weren't a normal occurrence back on Earth. You don't say. So whatever happened, that is most likely why I died. Then inexplicably, I was removed in memories of my previous life. This very convenience, which now how I live. I came to live in this game-like world where skill and level are reals. In this world, you can actually have a status. How can this status confuse? Status anger, status poison, status petrified. How can this exist in reality outside of a game? I did wonder about that for a while, but I eventually gave up trying to figure it out. Instead, I realized it would be more fun to focus on positive and of living of this kind of world. Training will improve my ability, and it's pretty fun to own my strength like that. However, this bayangkan strength lu bisa dengan angka. However, this world has its own inconvenience too. You can't see anyone's status. The concept exists, yet you have to clear extremely strict condition if you want to perceive it. See, there's a skill called appraisal. The spider has appraisal. With appraisal, you can see statuses, but few people possess that skill. So the spider have a very rare skill. Spider, nameless. In order to acquire, just like become a judge or an appraiser on Earth, you need to thorough education on how to judge the value of things. Thorough education. Power of observation to figure out the composition of substance and other high skill level. No amateur would able to manage that. But we managed as a spider, dude. And even if you could get the personal skill, it's extremely difficult to rise this level, so very few people have it in the first place. Really? Level 2 little? Okay. Really, all it actually takes to acquire pressure is paying the right amount of skill point. Yeah, 100 CP. But even though that technically possible, you can't get any further once you have it. Raising the skill level of appraisal only required using it. Every time you use appraisal, your proficiency rises, you would say. And if you reach a certain level of proficiency, the level goes up as well. However, it's using a skill that's really a problem. On the one hand, it doesn't require any magical power or energy. Just thinking, could it be just whenever you want then? It's that simple. Well, the spec will be simple. The catch is this: whenever a pressure is used, the user gets hit with a headache and a drunken feeling. No, we don't. The degree seems to vary depending on the individual, but in most cases, some people will faint after using it only once. Well, die. And even more talented users can oppress more than two things at once. How about the better one in the first chapter? Since its use is so rough, using the skill over and over to increase your proficiency would be incredibly punishing. No, we don't. As a bonus, the personal skill is worthless and it is very high level. So very few people bother acquiring it. In fact, there's only a handful of families who make a living serving as appraisers, passing the skill down to the nation. So if you're wondering how anyone checks the status, the answer is appraisal stone. Okay. Appraisal skill, appraisal stone. So there's items. Appraisal stone is a magic tool made through a special process which allows the holder to temporarily to use the skill. The level of the skill load by one of the stones depends on its quality. The number of stones in the world at current level 10, like the 1 billion royal family, can be counted on one hand. We will reach level 10 as a spider. Naturally, you need special permission to use it. So basically, only big nobles close to the royal family have a chance. Since I'm royalty myself, I can technically use it, but it's not like I can do whenever I want. I Pastor Anna the met about it repeatedly, but it can only be used once you reach a certain age. In fact, it turned out that the first time having your status appraised is considered a special occasion, so nobility and the like always hold a big formal ceremony over it. I had to go to the ceremonies too. In addition to the appraisal, the ceremony served as a child debut to greater society. Your appraisal juries are repealed to everyone present. That's inconvenience. And all the adults start judging your failure right then and there. That is a very judging society. I had more skill than the average person my age, so I knew it wouldn't be a problem for me. But apparently, if your stats are super low, your family might reject you, so that's a frightening prospect. Anyway, me and my younger sister Sue, a child of a king's wife born about the same time as me, were about to undergo our public debut. Sue and I had changed to ceremonial children's clothes for the occasion and hear about the schedule over and over again. The current king, in other words, our father, who was also intending. Aside from that, there will be a who's or all the important people present. So making a mistake and embarrassing myself wasn't an option. Ya, bayangkan aja sih lu. Yeah, very sensitive people are very important, especially if your dad is a king. It's a no-no. Despite being a kid, I was still a member of royal family. I was about to play a leading role in the ceremony, so I needed to carry the dignity of royal family on my shoulder. There was a heavy load of former lower middle class commander. Yeah. Aku dulu pernah belajar tapi memang annoying things to do. However, when I saw how majestically my sister was carrying herself next to me, I felt determination to do things properly that bothered my impatience. Are you ready? I nodded silently to respond to Anna Vanacek. Then please proceed. Anna pushed forward, and Sue and walked side by side to the door to the ceremony hall. As soon as we passed the entrance, the ceremonial space loomed large before my eyes. Let's be honest. A red carpet extended from the door in a straight line toward a pedestal, behind which a man was stood waiting. A huge crowd lining the wall, watching in silence. Everyone here was a high-ranking noble. Wow. I can't imagine this, but it should be nerve-wracking. Sue and I walked across the carpet without a word. Our steps were measured and dignified, the way we've been taught to walk in anticipation of this very day. I could feel the gaze of the assaulted noble piercing me, but I did my best to ignore them. Eventually, we reached the front of the pedestal. Sue and I halted and kneeled down. Standing at the ready behind the pedestal was the king, our father. Makes Dera and so difficult names. The appraisal ceremony will now begin. The King Majestic. The appraisal ceremony will now begin. Oh, boom. The appraisal ceremony will now begin. The King Majestic voice boomed throughout the seminar hall. Although he was my father, I only met this person, a handful of times. He felt more a high-ranking relative than a parent. This only made my nervousness worse. The king was still speaking, but I couldn't quite process what he was saying. Now, Slang Jagan Analyte, you may rise. Yes, sir. I stood up. Let the appraisal begin. I advanced onto the stepping tools on the pedestal. Without the boost, I would be torn off my current hay. A black stone was left in the pedestal. This was the appraisal stone, smaller than I expected. If I were dull, I would fit the palm in my hand easily. Making my surprise, I placed my hand at the appraisal stone. Yes, me thought. I thought, appraise. My status displayed with unexpected case. Human, level 1. Dude, coming of age and still level 1. You never trained, dude. Swain Jagan Analyte. Status, HP 35, green. MP 348, blue. Okay, magic oriented. SP 35, yellow. 35, red. Standard, I believe. Average offensive ability 20. Details. Average defensive ability 20. First magic ability 340. Yeah, magical. Average system ability 209. Okay, you're definitely a magical. Average speed ability 20. Compared to Skanda people. The Skanda spider. This is nothing. Skill. Titles known. Skill point 100,000. What the Spider cuma 100 loh. Ini 100.000. Appraisal 100 SP. No problem. Masih have 99,000 again. Tools. Magic Perception. Wow, that's a lot of skill. Magic Perception level 8. Magic Perception level 8. Magic level 6. Magic level 5. Magic level 3. Ampere level 7. Ampere level speed level 7. Kok double ya? Ampere lesson consumption level 2. Swordman's level 3. Destruction enhancement level 2. Manpower level 2. Energy conferment level 1. Concentration level 5. Hit level 1. Evasion level 1. Vision enhancement level 4. Auditory enhancement level 7. Olfactory apa ya? Enhancement level 2. Sense enhancement level 1. Tactile enhancement level 1. Life level 5. Magic mass level 8. There, okay, that's why the MP is so high. Instantness level 5. What's that? I don't know. Persistent level 5. Strength level 5. Only 20? Dude. Solidity level 5. Only 20 as well? Dude. Alchemist level 8. Dude. Protection level 7. That's why resistance is so high. But it doesn't make sense. Running level 5. Running. Divine protection. And modulus 1 equal Y. I don't know the one. I could see my status. At the same time, the result of status appeared on the screen like surface in front wall. The screen was connected to a present stone so it could display the result. Apparently, this wall has no concept of personal information. For me, the present result appeared in Japanese, but on the screen they show in language spoken here. I've been wondering what would happen is this in Japanese, but I guess the system account for that kind of things. Voice stirred through the room. The king raised his voice and attempted to calm the crowd, but the tumult continued. The tumult, jarang dengar kata ini, continued unabated. My status must have been unusual to warrant that reaction. Honestly, I cannot figure something that will happen. My magic rating started relatively high, and I had to get to that. My comparison, my physical ability was appropriate for my age, when I still higher than average, but it didn't deviate from the standard as much as magic, so my start is pretty unbalanced. As for the skill, the voice called Word of God, Divine, and the Word of God. Okay, beda. informed me whenever I level up a skill or get a new one. So I already knew most of them. But there are two I didn't recognize. One is divine protection, and the other has a name that looked like chrono text. Curious about this, I tried pressing them. Divine protection. Ooh. You have level or you are protected by heavens. Make it easier for you to gain result in any design any situation. And modus I equal y cannot be appraised. What's that? The divine protection thing was crazy. It's definitely a skill that could consider cheating. However, the press easier for you to gain result you desire must mean things that honestly go the way I want every time. It's still awesome skill, but I shouldn't depend on it too much. What I didn't understand was the other one. The name and the result of press were equally cryptic. I had no idea what kind of skill it might be. In fact, the fact that I yield highest level of presence to F5 plus the yield result was especially mysterious. If this stone cannot tell me, there was probably no way to find out that there was the ability. I didn't get it. Isn't that like the Duke daughter? Yes, the prodigy. Prodigy, okay. Neither. But His Highness is just as much prodigy as her. No, even more so. As a noble continued to shatter, I had repeatedly referred to a Duke daughter. Okay. Was there someone else who has similar stat? I thought Sue was the only one beside me. Quiet down. In response to an unexceptionally loud sound, the ceremonial hall family shimmered down. The king handed me a piece of paper. It was a copy of his old magical printed from the screen connected to the precious stone. I accept the paper reverently when I bow and step away. With this, my opportunity was over. Now it's suited. Needless to say, another uproar filled the hall when the Su oppressor showed results similar to mine. However, unlike me, Su didn't have a different version or any mysterious couple skill. Aside from being uproar, the oppressor ceremony ended more or less without incident. But our unusually high stat wasn't only caused the disruption. Like listening in the novels with my heart's listening, I learned that my skill points were normally only awarded when a person leveled up. So having 100,000 levels in level 1 like I did was highly unusual, which reminded me Sue had 0 skill point too. I figured this was probably because I was a reincarnation, but really interesting what the Duke daughter was apparently born with a skill point as well. From what I couldn't tell, her person's summary has been just a few days before mine, and like me, she had incredible high stat for age and skill point that she wouldn't be have had. Ooh. Okay. Plus tickets. Ada 2 di sini. Sekelas mungkin kah? It's possible the whole class are all reincarnated. That could be fun. Okay, that's it for this chapter. I promise I will make the video as soon as possible. Okay, try. Have fun. Thank you.